From the back deck at Edgewood Resort, we are on the shores of incredible South Lake Tahoe as Nevada Sportsnet brings you another year of coverage at the American Century Championship. Alongside Chris Murray, I'm Mike Stephenson, our mobile desk, brought to you by the Legends Bay Casino and the Circa Sports Book. 36 years of celebrity golf here at State Line. Boy, this thing has grown, Chris, and so is our coverage each and every year.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be out here. This is the best assignment of the year for us here at Nevada Sportsnet, but for the athletes and the celebrities in the field, all 90 of them who do some incredible things throughout the year, this is also their best week of the year, too.
And that's what makes it great out here, because the vibes are always perfect. Each and every person involved, whether the celebrities, those athletes, or the folks behind the scenes that make this tournament go, it is always pleasant experiences. I have never had a bad experience at the ACC, which it's hard to mess it up.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, if you're a grump or a curmudgeon out here at Edgewood Tahoe, then this is probably not the thing for you.
Yeah.
So yes, when you come out here, whether you're a fan, whether you're an athlete, whether you're part of the media, it's just a great experience and great to be out here yet again this year.
I'm not sure what would be for those people that don't enjoy it out here, but nonetheless, we got a lot of coverage to get to: exclusive interviews, feature stories, fun prompts as we quiz some of the athletes on some of their favorite golf course things and different stories over the years. But of course, there is some serious golf to be played Friday through Sunday, as someone's going to win the ACC come Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at what happened in 2024. Maybe you remember 2023. There was an epic moment with Steph Curry winning. He didn't make it back in 2024. So Mardy Fish, the 23 runner-up and the 2020 winner, was able to claim the crown in 2024. 83 points, Chris, second most in the history of this. He was on.
Yeah, and Joe Pavelski pushed him, but it wasn't maybe as competitive toward the 18th hole on Sunday as we've seen in recent American Century Championships. You mentioned the walk-off eagle for Steph Curry in 2023. The 22 and 21 championships went to a playoff. So there's been some thrilling finishes here. Mardy Fish said, I don't want any thrilling finishes. I just want to go out and win the championship after falling to Steph Curry the year before. So apropos that he was able to win it. Probably should have won the year before, but there was some fan yelling in his backswing on
tough.
18. But he is hands down the best male golfer in the field year in and year out. Doesn't mean he's going to win it every single year, but he did come to show last year.
Last year on Saturday was an interesting day as we dealt with a rainstorm and had to move our mobile desk inside and have to rearrange some things. Also last year, Jimmy Fallon and DJ Khaled came, and that rainstorm kind of foiled their plans. Sounds like there's some rumblings that a certain iconic superstar musician may make an appearance this week.
Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder. No, Taylor Swift. So maybe not my bestie, but a lot of people's favorite musical acts. Taylor Swift. Will she or will she not be here? Obviously, Travis Kelce, her longtime boyfriend, one of the faces in this tournament year in and year out. His brother Jason debuted last year as well. It's a Kelce family affair. Will that include Taylor Swift? We're hearing positive things.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily mean if she is here in Tahoe, she's going to hit the course. But if it happens, I predict chaos.
Can you imagine the security? The entire Douglas County Sheriff's Office is going to be surrounding Taylor Swift. We cannot confirm or deny if she's going to be here, but we've heard some rumblings. We'll have to see as the weekend continues. Let's dive into this year's odds, shall we, as we talk about this year's field and who might hoist that trophy come Sunday afternoon. Well, no surprise to see the last two champions as your favorites in Stephen Curry and Mardy Fish. Chris mentioned Joe Pavelski, though, and we're going to talk about this later, but he is coming off his final season in the NHL last year, so he's had a whole year now as a retired player to hone in on golf. I feel like Joe Pavelski at plus 300 is some good juice there.
Yeah, he was just talking in the media room earlier today that he does feel like his game's in a better place because he's been able to focus on golf. He did win a celebrity tournament earlier this year. He mentioned a tournament up in Portland where he was leading Mardy Fish until Mardy Fish chased him down in the last round. So certainly a lot of competitive juices when you talk to these guys. I really like Adam Thielen at plus 1,800. He was plus 800 last year, had a top 10 finish, but he was knocked down to plus 1,800. So if you're looking for a long shot, maybe him, maybe Austin Reeves, who got his first taste of this tournament last year, the Lakers standout guard, had some early jitters in the first round, and after that played really, really well after adjusting to playing in front of so many spectators. So most of the people here, they're here for the fun, they're here for the vibes, but there's probably about a dozen who are not going to be happy if they don't win this tournament.
Yeah, they walk around with their game face on when it comes time for the 54-hole tournament that is the American Century Championship. We had a chance to catch up with the reigning champ and everyone's favorite this year, Mardy Fish. Our Shannon Kelly connects with him.
Joined with the defending champion of the American Century Championship, Mardy Fish. Mardy, welcome back to South Lake Tahoe. How great does it feel to be here?
Yeah, it's also a lot of good memories from last year, and obviously, well, we got a lot of good memories, period, but winning is extra special, so last year was super fun. Yeah, so it's good to be back. Everybody's here. fans are here, the kids are here, the family's here, everything. So awesome week.
What's your golf game been like lately?
I've tried to play. I've practiced quite a bit, working on the wedges and stuff like that, trying to hit the driver straight. But you never know. It's like you get out there, and this isn't what we do for a living, right? So it's like you get out there and so many people, and it's nerve-wracking, and golf is hard sometimes. So you never really know how you're going to play because we're not that good. So hope to play well.
Is there any pressure this year, to go for the two-peat?
I mean, I don't know about like that kind of pressure. There's pressure because every time I walk by like a buddy, hey, I bet on you, you better win, that kind of thing. It's like, it's not how it works, guys. So why don't you bet on yourself? There's pressure for sure, but there's pressure like because you want to play well. I want to win too. So a lot of these guys want to win.
Obviously, in 2020, there weren't fans here, but last year there were in 2024. How do you compare maybe both championships, if you do at all?
Yeah, it was obviously a strange year in 2020. There were fans who were in the boats, though. They were like only on 17 and 18. And I drove a golf cart the entire time because I didn't bring a caddy or anything. I didn't know, it was kind of, everything was sort of up in the air. There was no prize money. Well, it was donated to charity too. So it was like a kind of a strange year, obviously. And the one common denominator of the 2 years, though, is that I had a really low round in each of those. And those help, and making 10 birdies in a round or 9 birdies in a round is it's a lot of points and super helpful for this format.
So you're telling us those couple things are going to be key then if you want to go for a second straight title here this year.
Yeah, you need a lot of birdies. You need to stay away from doubles because you don't want to go backwards. And then you just try and the Eagles are out there. It's it's good. It's a beautiful golf course in phenomenal shape. Obviously, American Century does a phenomenal job. I'm super humbled every time to just be invited back and just be a part of this. There's so many athletes here and celebrities or whatever that it's fun to meet and you're fans of and stuff like that. So it's a really awesome week.
Pretty cool that Steph Curry is back this year too. You guys going to be duking it out maybe? I
hope so. I hope so. I love Steph. Love playing with him. Love having him here. We missed him like crazy last year. I hope he plays well, and he's awesome for the tournament. And he's obviously Bay Area is close, and he's got a lot of fans out here, and I just love seeing him. Because we don't get to see him too much. He obviously plays the Clippers, and I live in Los Angeles, so the Clippers and the Lakers. So he comes down a little bit. We get to play golf from time to time, but usually he's working. So it's nice to kind of hang in this sort of atmosphere as well, and see his dad and Seth and the whole crew. They're awesome people. So yeah, it's fun.
And there's that big fat head of you as you come on in. How cool is that to see?
It was cool. It's too big. It's so big. I did run over there and take a picture though, and of holding the trophy on the picture of the trophy or whatever. So it's cool for sure.
Always great when we can reel in Mardy Fish. Heck of a player, and always fun to watch a lefty swing as well. I saw he actually tweeted that he recently shot a 63 back at home, and so I feel like he's humming coming back to the ACC.
Yeah, it's funny. He says, we don't do this for a living. I kind of feel like he does do this for a living because Steph Curry said he is always on the golf course when he's talking to Mardy Fish, and Mardy Fish FaceTimes him every other day for the last 6 weeks. Yeah. It would be interesting to see where the most awkward place where Steph Curry had to pick up a FaceTime from Mardy Fish, but this guy does live, breathe golf.
And we'll see if he and Steph end up duking it out once again on Sunday because, yes, Steph Curry, the 23 champ, is back after a year away. No big deal in 2024. Instead of being here in Lake Tahoe, he was over in Paris representing the red, white, and blue and winning a gold medal with Team USA men's basketball. From what I've heard, though, each and every night they were checking in on the ACC. I think the ACC actually took place before they went to Paris, technically, but I think he was checking in each and every night. So I think there was a little FOMO on Curry's side. Now, we just heard from him inside the main presser room. He didn't seem so confident in his game right now, though.
Probably underplaying himself. But, this guy has become, to me, the face of the tournament. Yes. One of the reasons the American Century Championship year in and year out has record attendances is because Steph Curry is a huge global superstar, but he really hugs this tournament. He really cares about this tournament. He really understands his role in promoting this tournament, and then also, yes, very, very good and might be able to win a championship. So it'll be fun to see those two guys going against each other. Hopefully they're in the same group come Sunday afternoon.
I got to say, though, 2022, he wins the NBA championship, his fourth with the Warriors. 2023, he comes here, he wins the ACC. Last year, he wins a gold medal. I don't think he's going to get 4 years of something that epic, right? I mean, he can't be that perfect. He's pretty close now.
I think he might be able to do that. It doesn't seem like a lot goes wrong in Steph Curry's life.
Yeah, exactly. We will have to see, and of course, we are efforting an interview with the man himself. We'll have to see how that materializes over the next few days. Let's take a look at the American Century Championship field by the numbers, as we touched on, bigger and better each and every year. 90 players, including a handful of first-timers, Chris, Hall of Famers, active athletes, and so much more.
Yeah, I mean, to have 16 Hall of Famers in your tournament, that just shows you the caliber of athletic skill that is taking place here up in Tahoe. Not as many first-timers as last year. There were 14.
That's right.
7 this year. Probably George Kittle, the most famous of those names. Your former quarterback with the Vikings, Sam Darnold, also out here. But I think Kittle's going to be a popular guy. I mean, this guy is a ball and bundle of fun on the football field, and I think he's going to take that out to the Edgewood Tahoe course.
I'm pretty sure Alex Margley's captured video of George Kittle shotgunning a beer today.
Well,
and so we may see that over the next couple of days.
He did ask Travis Kelce, another face of this tournament, what is your advice for playing at the ACC? He said at least 3 beers before you tee off for the first time. So maybe not so close when you're on the driving area around him if he is following that advice. But yeah, I would think he's going to put down quite a few beers.
I know some of these guys have some horror stories on that first tee and feeling the jitters of trying to hit a good golf shot in front of a bunch of people. All right, we have a ton more coverage to come, including guest appearances and more, as our coverage at the ACC continues here from beautiful South Lake Tahoe. First things first, we're curious what some of these competitors' favorite drinks on the golf course are as we head to break. Favorite drink on the course?
Water. Gatorade. Water. Sometimes.
Agua caliente o agua.
I guzzle water out here because we're at altitude, and obviously. But then, usually when I start to get really stressed, someone will always hand me like a transfusion, and I'm like, okay, I'll have a transfusion on the course.
Our coverage of the American Century Championship continues here at Edgewood. He's Chris Murray. I'm Mike Stephenson. Taking time now to talk about one of the recent retirees in the field. That would be Derek Carr, of course, a fan favorite in these parts. He connected with our Shannon Kelly.
Joined with Derek Carr. Welcome back to Lake Tahoe. How great does it feel to be here in South Lake?
I look forward to this all year. And so every round of golf I play leading up to this, I'm thinking about this tournament. So I'm very excited to be here and hopefully do well.
Just what has your golf game been like lately?
It's been so sporadic. I've been so busy doing so many things, but it's trending in the right direction, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into this week.
What is your favorite part about coming here specifically to this prestigious tournament?
Honestly, the best part for me is like it's a family vacation. I mean, right after the round, we'll go jump in the lake and play on the beach with my kids, and my wife and I will sit there. We get a chance to just talk while the kids are playing, and it's just peaceful. You know, it's just a good time for us to be as family. All my family comes from everywhere, and so we get to see everybody. And then obviously seeing the fans, you know, representing the American Century Championship and having the fans coming out. I'm getting so many crazy stories of memories from people from years past. So I guess I am getting older as I see kids that were this big, now they're grown up and married. So it's getting crazy.
As you enter this new chapter, I guess, what are you looking forward to most about retirement?
Number one is making up for lost time with my family and my wife. As an NFL quarterback, the hours you put in is just crazy. And so this year, I'm doing very little thing. I'm barely doing anything this year. I'll do a couple things here and there for fun. But after this year, I look forward to probably getting into coaching. Obviously, I'll be preaching and doing that all around the world, all around the country. But I'll definitely get into coaching some way, somehow.
Over at Fresno State with Matt Entz as the new head coach over there, I guess what excites you about this new era of Bulldogs football?
Well, I love Coach Entz. You know, he brings back that old school gritty mentality, the power football. It reminds me a lot of Pat Hill. And when me and David went out to practice, we sat down with Coach Tedford and Coach Hill were sitting next to us. And I said, what do you guys think of him? And both of them, glowing remarks. They love him, all those things. And I was like, these are the two guys in Bulldog football I trust the most, and obviously my brother. And so we've loved him. It's been great watching them practice, been out there a few times. And so we've told him anything we can do to help, you know, we're there for him.
Maybe an opportunity in the future to coach Division I with him?
We'll see. You know, I have a tough time not running the schedule. So, you know, nowadays. So we'll see. Maybe one day if they want me to come in and lead the Dogs, that would be fun. But for right now, that's not on my mind. On my mind is taking time with my family and making sure that we have a good year together.
One day later down the road. But now a new era, too, of silver and black football with Pete Carroll. How exciting is that to see Pete Carroll leading the Las Vegas Raiders?
Well, I love Pete Carroll. I've always loved him, always admired him from afar. His guys play super aggressive, super fast on defense. They're simple, but they play fast, and they fly around, and they run to the football. On offense, they're going to run the football, obviously, with their draft pick. Even though he's a Boise State Bronco, I'll look past that. He's a Raider now, so we're family. And, I think that part, running the football will hopefully alleviate some pressure for Geno, and Geno can go out there and do what he does and be accurate. He's a crazy accurate passer. I've always been a big fan of his, always had a good relationship with him. So I'm rooting for Geno. Hope he breaks all my records. Hope he has the greatest career and time with the Raiders. Because that's what you want, is you want to leave a legacy, and then you hope that someone else can come in and try and break it, try and top it, and that's what I'm rooting for him.
I'm sure the stadium won't keep you away for long this season.
No. I've already talked to Mr. Davis. We've already talked. He's already called me. He literally texted me as soon as I retired, "Love you, man." And so we were talking, and we're going to, after this tournament, obviously talk and figure out what that looks like and when that looks like. But I can't wait to get back to a Raider game and get down there on the sideline and see the fans again. That's my place. I love my time with the Saints. I love the people. Love the fans and the organization. But I spent all my years, almost a decade with the Raiders. So I can't wait to get back.
Derek Carr, one of the really good guys out here. They're all really great. And let's transition now to one of the great gals out here. And a first-timer in WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. She's a trendy name these days.
Yeah, she actually was part of the guys versus girls chip and putt competition. 3 girls against 3 guys. And the women took the title on Kathy's putt. She says her short game, not very good, but she came in the clutch to claim that championship. We got to catch up with her. We asked her about Gabby Williams, the Reed High alum who was recently just named to the NBA All-Star team. And Kathy got to make that call and give it to Gabby to tell her that she is headed to the All-Star game for the first time in her career.
Thank you so much.
What was Gabby's reaction when you told her that she was an All-Star?
Well, actually, I got her voicemail, and ESPN was going live with unveiling the All-Stars. So I had to leave her a voicemail and basically say, appreciate your leadership, and you're killing it, well deserved. Yes, but I know she's excited. I'll see her in Indy in just a week.
Do you think that helps spreading the game over to France, where she has such a big following as well?
One of the things we're seeing, when I joined the league, only 8% of our players were born outside the United States. Now I think last year's rosters is 23%. As this year's rosters settle, I think it'll be more, as we added 12 roster spots for the Golden State Valkyries. So really just the global game is exploding, and people don't know this. Basketball, soccer is the biggest global sport, football, but the basketball is the fastest growing sport, and certainly in the women ranks as well. So we see EMEA, Asia, and now Africa is going to be up and coming on the women's side as well.
You're going to walk out of here with a trophy or a crown yourself. Talk to us about that last putt and just being able to take it home for the women.
Oh, and I'm not a good putter, so that was a little bit of a great read for Monica. It's always good to see, Alex and Zach and Derek before me putt. So, after you see 6 or 7 putts, I better get that close. But no, this is so fun. I am a recreational golfer. Try to get my golf in with my kids at home and a group of guys that I play with. But so fun being out here, and just blessed to have NBC and the American Century to run this championship.
Your first time, how did this opportunity pop up for you? Is this a tournament you'd want to play in for a while?
Oh, definitely. Everybody that comes here tells me, I have some veteran mentors who have been here for 6-7 years, and says, yeah, you want to be invited back, and now I know why. But obviously with NBC becoming a partner of both the NBA and WNBA next season, I got invited by NBC, so NBC Sports, I'm so thrilled that and blessed that they invited me, and now I'm here, so it's kind of like a dream.
Have you?
Great to catch up with the commissioner. She's got a lot on her plate right now, but she has a trendy WNBA organization that more and more people are getting behind, and we got new franchises coming in. I know she spent some time just talking about the growth of the game, and especially women's sports in general. Yeah,
you look at all of the national sports leagues at the professional level in America, maybe none expanding as quickly as the WNBA. It's actually interesting. Her father was drafted into the NBA in the 1950s. She was asked how much money did he make his rookie year. $900. Zach Levine was standing right next to her, the star of the Sacramento Kings,
making
and
like $40 million
his mouth was just wide open. So it kind of shows you some of these great leagues now, they start with humble beginnings. The WNBA seems to be making that ascension. Maybe they will be making $1 million a year a couple of decades from now.
Cool to see also 5 ladies in the field. Had a chance to visit with NBC Sports' Catherine Tappan yesterday. She is actually the longest tenured female. This is her 10th year at the ACC, and she was quick to say, girl power, man. It's so great to see them out here. And I tell you, one of these days, Annika Sorenstam. She's got to get it done, right?
And I'll bring you behind the scenes. Catherine Tappan and Annika
She almost just
Sorenstam,
photobombed.
they almost just walked behind us. They said, "Are they live?" Take. Not quite live, taped alive, but they did retreat. But yes, I mean, great to see these women in this tournament. You know, for Annika, it doesn't necessarily have the length of the guys, and this is all about scoring birdies and eagles. But, I mean, that game is still pristine. Just watching the chip and putt competition, she was magnet to the hole no matter where they put her. So she'll be at the top of the leaderboard toward the end of the tournament. We'll see if she can make a push and win her first championship here. 97 titles in her career.
Wow. And, of course, has a home, I believe, in Incline Village.
Yep.
So familiar with the area and the altitude, of course. Catherine Tappan, she knows television courtesy. So she knew, like, I think they're taping right now. We need to not walk through there. Someone else who knows television courtesy, that would be a broadcasting legend in Dan Patrick. Chris got the epic opportunity to talk with him as he works a little and plays a little this week in Lake Tahoe. That conversation coming up next as our ACC coverage continues in South Lake. Our coverage of the American Century Championship continues from the back deck here at Edgewood. Chris and Mike back with you here on this beautiful Thursday. And now a lot of the celebs, of course, come here to have some fun, Chris, but some of them come here to work, and that includes someone you got to catch up with.
Yeah, Dan Patrick. He actually did play in this tournament 2 times in the mid-2000s, but now here we have a very nice setup. His setup probably even a little bit nicer, although right next to the driving range, so maybe a couple of strays into the Dan Patrick Show setup, but we were able to talk to the legendary broadcaster. Here's our conversation with Dan Patrick.
How does this setup compare to back on the East Coast?
Well, my man cave is pretty sweet. My man cave is pretty awesome. But this, like, you couldn't ask for something better. You know, we're on driving range. I got the lake. I got the mountains, the weather. So it's been great. Better than I thought. And I'll be back next year.
You did say close to the driving range. Has anybody hit the 10th thus far? We are not that far away.
We've had a couple of strays, and then we don't know if somebody is purposely trying to hit it over here, but because somebody's either really bad or they're really good at acting like they're hitting a bad shot. So I don't know if there's somebody over there who may have a beef with me, but we've had a couple that have rattled the roof here.
Would Barkley be most likely to take aim at you, or is there somebody else?
If he knew I was here, there's that possibility. But he's not good enough to purposely hit it over here, so it would be on accident.
What made you guys want to come all the way over here to the West Coast?
Well, I played in this event back in 05 and 06, and I really enjoyed it, but there was so much stress attached to it because people think you should be good at golf, and I had a good time. If nobody was here, this would be awesome. But then when you bring in 25, 30, 40,000 people, then all of a sudden they're like, you know, what's wrong with you? Don't you play golf? You suck. And be like, you're right. And I thought, let me broadcast out here because then I can act like I was a good golfer. But I just like the atmosphere. And plus, it's sort of like the summer's version of the Super Bowl where there's so many different athletes, celebrities around, and it's easy to do a show.
Yeah, and we're from up here in Reno, so I guess how unique is an event like this to get 90 celebrities, athletes of this caliber all at the same place at the same time?
It's amazing because not everybody's selling something, whereas at the Super Bowl, if you have guests on, they're selling something, promoting something. Here, it could be Kevin from The Office. He's not promoting anything, or you know, Larry the Cable Guy, or Ray Romano, or Bart. You know, they're just here to play golf, and then you get an opportunity to talk to them, and that's what's fun because it's a relaxed atmosphere. Whereas during the season, trying to talk to somebody, you know, they're got a busy schedule, they're grinding, they may be losing game, you know, whatever, they may be banged up. Here, you're getting people who should be in pretty good moods.
Do you have a favorite memory from the couple of tournaments that you played in, either someone you played with, or a shot, or a hole, or an interaction with a fan?
I played with Vice President Dan Quayle, and he was just a gentleman. He was just so nice. And I might have come to the golf course hungover, and I'm sure he probably got 8 or 9 or 10 hours of sleep, and I might have gotten 3 or 4. And he kept the conversation limited to start out with. And then by the end of the round, he said, if you ever get out to California and Cyprus, let me know. And I followed up on that. And he got me on Cypress, one of the toughest golf courses in the world to get on. So.
You mentioned coming over a little bit hungover, maybe, potentially. From your group, who are you most worried about is going to show up a little bit hungover as you guys are ready to tape your show?
Well, Fritzy's not here. He's in London. He went on vacation. He would be the guy that I would worry about. But the backroom guys I would worry about, not the Danettes. Seton and Paulie don't drink. And Marvin, maybe a beer, usually a Shirley Temple. But the backroom guys, they're young and dumb. They're going to go out and have a good time. They've gone. All I know is I came in today, and one of my guys in the back, P.A. Ray, had lost a bet, and he had to jump into Lake Tahoe. So that's 4:30 in the morning.
It's cold at
It's
any
cold
time.
anytime. And so that'll give you an idea. I came in, I go, wait, what happened? And sometimes I'd rather not know. And NBC said, hey, you got a guy who wants to jump in the lake. And I had no idea what they were talking about. I thought it was like, did you tell somebody to go jump in the lake? And so I don't even know what's going on with my guys. But one of the guys jumped in the lake, lost a bet, and lived to tell about it.
What would it take for you to get into the lake this weekend?
Zero chance of getting in the lake. You know, if there's a swimsuit model and she's in distress, then maybe I would go in and take her out of the water.
Mentioning the lake, you've been at some of the most beautiful places in the world. I guess, what is your favorite thing about this area, Lake Tahoe, and how would it stack up?
It's just crisp. Like I show up at 4:30 in the morning and it's low 40s. And I know in 3.5 hours it's going to be 75 to 80. And I think just how like the freshness of it. It's always a clear day, clear picture. And I even told my guys, I said, you're going to see the sky, you're going to see the stars. Like it just feels like there's no filter at all. And the altitude's got me a little bit, but it's like truly a breath of fresh air.
Last one for you. Is there anybody in the field you're looking forward to talking to? I'm sure they say Dan Patrick wants you, and they're running over here.
No, I want people who want to come on. I even said to NBC, if they want to come on, great. But if Aaron Rodgers wants to come on, and I played with Aaron Rodgers, years ago here, or Steph. I saw Steph last night. This is their vacation too. I'm working, they're not. And I want to be fair to them. That sometimes you just say, I don't want to do anything. And I can't fault that. Those who come over, great. We'll have fun. But those who don't want to, it's okay. I don't take it personally.
There is a rumor Taylor Swift's going to be out here. Would you like to talk with her?
What do you think? What do you think? Of course I would. I love Tay. Love Tay.
You have a favorite Taylor song?
I drive 4.5 hours from my house to my house in Maine, and sometimes I will listen to Taylor Swift the entire trip. So that'll give you an idea. There's no bad songs.
Tell you what, Taylor Swift sighting would be crazy, but I would still put Dan Patrick above her on my power rankings because he is a broadcasting legend, one of my biggest influences watching those mid-late 90s sports centers. You got to talk with him, and it sounds like he rolled out the red carpet.
Exceedingly nice. We were actually kind of waiting for Alex Caruso. He was doing a hit with Dan Patrick up there. He had come down the stairs. He was talking to his boys. Dan Patrick came down, kind of locked eyes with our Nikki Pica, who was recording that interview, and invited us up there. We kind of talked about his school. He has a broadcast school in Florida.
That's right.
Probably 10 minutes talking on that, and we're like, hey, you mind if we throw you on camera, ask you a couple of questions? So really, really nice, and cool to see he's going to be back here next season.
What a treat to have him back at the American Century Championship. Dan Patrick feels like a salt of the earth kind of guy after listening to that interview. All right, our ACC coverage continues after this from South Lake Tahoe. Who's joining us at the desk? We'll find out after this. Tell you what, I'm about ready to jump in the water as soon as we get done taping this show because the sun is sunning up here in South Lake Tahoe. You know, everyone talks about 17 being the party hole. You have a chance to pull up the boats. 7 is trying to rival 17 this year, and our Alex Margley's put together a fun piece at the party going on Thursday at 7.
3, 2, 1, go!
this opportunity because of a couple guys on a bachelor party, Blake Morey and his buddies, started throwing beer over that fence 25 years ago almost now. And the fact that they let us continue to do this is pretty magical. I mean, besides guys drinking out of dirty soccer shoes, we've got a hammer that shotguns beers at a time. We're soccer goals, we got guys running routes. We cut a guy's hair. We had George Kittle cut a guy's hair for charity. We raised over $1,000 and he cut an inch off of his long hair.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's insane. We got some Oshie chants, which wasn't expecting, but this is always the most fun hole. Getting to 7, you can hear the crowd through the rest of the golf course. So we're excited to get here. Doing a little skin. I'm not in my playing weight right now, so I try to turn away from the cameras, but had some fun with the crowd.
All right, you get George Kittle around a beer, you know it's not going to last long. He's also cutting hair. TJ Oshie's drinking out of a shoe. Just a few things you'll see at the ACC mixed with some serious golf shots.
I would say there are 18 party holes on this course. Specifically, 7 and 17 have risen to the top of that cream. I'm a big fan of 16. It's a good spectator hole, but that's the long par 5.
Beautiful.
You're kind of in the middle of the area, and then when you hit 16, you're going back toward the lake. So it's a beautiful view. Obviously, you have party at 17, and then you got the champion decided on 18. But yeah, if you're coming out, 7 is a great place to be able to catch some hijinks.
Each and every year, each June, they have Media Day for the ACC. They let us go hack it around. I'm so thankful there's nobody here watching when we're out there playing at Edgewood, because it's got to be nerve-wracking to be one of those celebrity golfers. All right, coming up next here on NSN Tonight, we're exploring our backyard. Edgewood is a good place to do it. Stick with us. Do you have any pre-round rituals?
I try to get in the gym just to loosen my old body up and stretch, but sometimes I don't even do that, and then I get mad at myself that I play bad.
Listen to music.
I usually come in the tent, have a little breakfast with the family, and then I get out, I do the driving range, I'll do the putting green, and then I just sort of putz around and hope to God that we can just get started and get the first swing out of the way.
You know, I just get really focused. I kind of have a routine that I go through to kind of relax everything, and then try to let the, you know, kind of the clubs do the work.
Stretching, painful stretching. It hurts now. What's happening?
Back here in South Lake on our Legends Bay and Circus Sportsbook mobile desk, joining us, Alex Margley, as we get set to explore our backyard. But first things first, what's your pre-round ritual?
You know, I like to hit the range, and almost never when I hit the ball well in the range. Like, I'll have like days where I'm like, wow, I actually figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, that's a really good drive. And then I go to the first tee, and what do? I flop it.
Yeah.
You know, it never translates.
Yeah.
So maybe I should just stop warming up, and I should just go straight to the tee box.
I have learned as I age, my shoulders are going out on me, so I have to get a shoulder stretch
Get a
in.
good, like, shoulder stretch? Okay.
And I made a fatal mistake out here on Wednesday. I did not put sunscreen, and so that very much has to be part of my pre-round routine
different
each and
up
every
here, too.
year.
Like
the
the high
sun
elevation,
hits different.
It hits different.
Remember when they tried to play an NHL game here? And they did it for the gram, and they forgot to account for the big star up there.
The sun's a little harsher here, even though it's, I don't know, it's like 45 degrees.
Well, the NHL learned the hard way what it's like to explore the backyard here in South Lake Tahoe, but no better place to explore this week than Edgewood, sir.
Yeah, I mean, this is an incredible golf course. It truly is one of the best in the country. The publications will back that up, and on this week's Exploring Our Backyard, we dove deeper into what makes this course so great with one of the guys that's in charge of taking care of it.
Exploring Our Backyard is brought to you by Maverick. Save 10 cents or more on every gallon of gas every day by signing up for a Nitro card today.
Hi everybody, I'm Brad Wunderlich. I'm the Director of Grounds and Agronomy here at Edgewood Tahoe, the home of the American Century Championship. It kind of speaks for itself. It's obviously a beautiful course. We're the only course on the shores of Lake Tahoe. This celebrity event's been here for 35 years now, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. We're ranked number 83 in the Golf Digest Top 100 public golf courses. We moved up 6 spots. We were previously at 89. So that's something that we work hard on every year, and it's always on our mind, and we want the course to be perfect when the course raiders come out and play it. Yeah, when you get to 15, you're kind of heading back up into the woods one more time, and then you get to 16T, and you have just a breathtaking tee shot looking straight out of Lake Tahoe. And then you get to 17, you got the par 3 on the water, several hundred boats out there. I'm sure that makes everybody nervous. And then you finish up on 18, same thing, the green's right next to Lake Tahoe. So it's a great 3 finishing holes.
It's easily number one. I'm blessed and lucky enough and fortunate to play a lot of cool places, but leaving the Reno airport and taking that drive here and coming around a corner and seeing the lake with the sun going down, I mean, it's just a gorgeous part of our country, and this golf course is just awesome. So it's at the top.
Since I'm responsible for the conditions, I'd like to think it's in great shape right now. I have a great staff here. Most of my staff has been here over 25 years. They all do a great job, and we work together as a team and make it what it is.
And this course is in championship shape. There's no question about it. The greens come Sunday are so hard for someone like me, which makes it even more impressive when guys like Marty Fish and Steph Curry bring home that championship. But it's in wonderful condition every year we come out here, no matter what the weather's been over the winter, no matter how much damage it's taken through the snow and the wind and the rain. It is dialed in. They do a remarkable job.
During this tournament, we're typically here from 5 in the morning till about dark every night, about 9 o'clock. So it's about 2 weeks where we put in those hours, and like I said, it's a little bit of a grind, but I have a great staff that's done it year after year, and everybody knows what needs to be done these next 2 weeks.
Exploring Our Backyard is sponsored by LT Automotive.
All right, those who know that it's actually those behind the scenes and some of the unsung heroes that make this tournament go, and I'm glad we got to feature one of them.
I mean, it's like 16 hours a day for these guys. They truly eat, sleep, and breathe grass here at the golf course, making sure it's impeccable. They actually said in some ways it's a little easier, like to take care of the course. They don't have as many people coming through during the American Century Championship. I do have one side note, pretty funny story here. So Phil Weidinger does an amazing job at this tournament.
That's our guy.
Weidinger, PR, he's a legend, been here forever. Sometimes he'll do his job and he'll give us some questions, maybe to ask somebody. So he actually gave me a list of questions. I used a few of them, but at the end of it, he tried to interject tell us how awesome Phil is. So instead, I asked Brad, does the golf course ever recover after Phil Weidinger plays here? And he says, no, absolutely not. So I had to get an opportunity to give a dig towards Phil. All jokes aside, though, always takes care of us here at the tournament, but we do have to, I call him Uncle Phil. We have to give him a hard time.
You dinged Dinger.
He
can take it. If anyone can take it out here, it is him. All right, that is Exploring Our Backyard. He's Alex Margley. He's coming up next here at the ACC. We'll wrap a bow on our Thursday show. Who's the pick to win this thing? We asked the field, and we got our own picks. We're talking about them next. Who do you think is going to win the 25 ACC?
Marty Fish.
Marty Fish. Marty Fish.
I'm gonna pick Annika.
One of the Currys. Dale Curry.
All right, Pops gets it done in 25.
I think Marty Fish defensive.
I got Pavelski this year.
I have Joe. I really want Joe to win because he's been so close so long, and I've known Joe forever. I'll be rooting for Joe, but maybe Marty will bring home.
All right, if it can't be you, who wins this thing?
Steph. Marty Fish.
All right, if it's not going to be one of your childhood friends, Marty Fish, who wins this thing?
I would say Mark Mulder.
All right, Jake Owen thinks Mark Mulder, after a few years away from the podium, gets back on top in 2025. We will have to see. No surprise to see Marty Fish, a trendy pick. Yeah. We asked you via X who will win the 2025 American Century Championship. Maybe no surprise to see the popular pick, who we heard from Zach Levine there, Steph Curry. Does he come back after a year away and get it done? I'm not so sure.
Might be a little bit rusty. I don't want to say Steph was lucky last time he won. You got to earn this thing, but he did have that hole-in-one, a couple of eagles, and that's where you get all of the points. So you got to be able to hit it far, and if you can get eagles and maybe even a hole-in-one, that's really going to help you. So I didn't pick Steph, but he is definitely the fan favorite.
Yeah, that he sure is. We've seen that play out throughout this first couple of days at the ACC. Well, let's dive into who our Nevada Sportsnet team thinks will get it done, as we have a little internal battle going on, although half of the team is on the side of recently retired NHL star Joe Pavelski, as Chris and myself, as well as Alex Margley and Shannon Kelly, think the really strong golfer, former NHL star, gets it done. We got a Curry pick, a Millar, Kevin Millar, Nikki Pika, out of nowhere. John Smoltz, Zach Larson thinks gets it done.
That would be interesting. John Smoltz has been close several times. He would actually be the oldest to ever win this tournament, so he's a little bit up there in age. In terms of Joe Pavelski, I thought I was going against the grain. I was going to pick Marty Fish, but I'm like, that's too easy. But everyone is really on the bandwagon, and I think, he's coming off 3 straight top 3s, so he's a really good golfer. And the fact that he did retire last offseason, he's had a whole year to sharpen up his game. Seems like he's due, so he is our popular pick, even though I think he's 3rd in the betting odds.
That's exactly where my head went. He's had time to practice. Actually made his debut at another celeb tournament that takes place in February, the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. He won that as a first-timer, so he hoisted a trophy about 5 months ago, and he's trying to do it again here Sunday at Edgewood as it starts for real, bright and early Friday morning. Want to let you know what's coming up via your fun team at Nevada Sportsnet. Another 1-hour edition of NSN Tonight from the back deck here at Edgewood. That'll air at 8 and 10 on NSN Friday, 10:35 on Fox. And then over the weekend, we got you covered each and every year with our 19th hole special airings on NBC, Nevada Sportsnet, and Fox 11. Plus, we'll have it online for you as well. Hard to miss our coverage, as this is our Super Bowl each and every year.
It is, and really for me, I'm curious, betting line on Mike Stephenson in the Lake Tahoe. If I set it at 2.5, I know you're going at least twice.
Yeah.
So you're going to go during one of the morning show hits you have to do. Get to do, and then you're also going to go at the end to celebrate that the tournament is over.
Yeah,
Can we get you in a 3rd time?
I think I can find a 3rd time, especially sitting in this sun as we continue to sit here and tape the show. I might have to sneak in today and make you guys wait for me. But yes, join me bright and early tomorrow morning on NBC and Fox as we set the table ahead of round 1. Bonus coverage as we wake up early with you here at the ACC. Yes, I will jump in. It's going to happen. You're coming with me one of these times.
I love Lake Tahoe. I don't mind getting in.
Hard to miss, yeah. A lot of these guys come here and don't jump in. How could you do that? All right, for Chris Murray, I'm Mike Stephenson. Shout out to the entire Nevada Sportsnet crew. We're back at it Friday at the ACC.